Starting today, we will enter the field of macroeconomics. This field is more abstract and complex than everything we have discussed before, making it difficult to understand. In this field, some things are knowledge, some are just opinions, and some are even speculation and guesswork. Therefore, you will find that there are many arguments in the world of macroeconomics, and even the most powerful masters will be criticized. Some people compare the relationship between macroeconomics and microeconomics to that of traditional Chinese medicine and Western medicine. Xiaonian even bluntly said that macroeconomics is pseudoscience. Therefore, what we will discuss this week are just opinions, not representing the truth, and you must listen critically. Concept Paradox of Thrift. The paradox of thrift is that for a country, the more people save, the poorer the country becomes, and the more people consume, the richer the country becomes. Why does the paradox of thrift occur? There is an important concept in macroeconomics, GDP. GDP, its Chinese name is Gross Domestic Product, refers to the total value of all products and services produced by a country in a certain period of time. It is recognized as the best indicator of a country's economic situation and wealth. How to calculate this total value? All values are ultimately reflected in transactions. The usual method of calculating GDP is to add 4 transactions together: consumption, government procurement, net exports, and investment. Understanding the 4 components of GDP will help you understand why Keynes encourages personal consumption. If you don't spend money, how can others make money? Conversely, if others don't spend money, how can you make money? Moreover, consumption also has a multiplier effect. For example, if you spend 100 yuan, others will earn 100 yuan. They will spend 50 yuan on consumption and invest the other 50 yuan to expand their business. The 50 yuan consumption and 50 yuan investment will become GDP again, which will be earned by others, and they will spend it again, and so on. GDP will continue to grow, and the economy will become more and more prosperous. But what if you save? Bang, there is nothing left. In his book, The General Theory of Employment, Interest and Money, published in 1936, the renowned economist Keynes mentioned a fable. There was a prosperous colony of bees, each bee indulging in lavish feasts. Later, a philosopher taught them the value of thrift and saving. The bees followed the advice, but to their surprise, the entire colony rapidly declined and never recovered. The more they saved, the worse off they became. Keynes believed that human society is no different. Frugality and thrift are traditional virtues in many countries. While this is fine for individuals, for a country it means reduced consumption. You must understand that your consumption is someone else's income, which means reduced revenue for businesses. When businesses' revenue decreases, they face difficulties and must reduce production and lay off workers. When workers' income decreases or they are laid off, they are less likely to consume, further reducing business revenue. This cycle repeats itself, resulting in a poverty trap. Debate: affirmative versus negative. Affirmative: Keynes believed that the more we save, the worse off we become. Negative: if people save their money instead of spending it, the money will be transferred to businesses through bank loans, which will increase investment. Investment is also a part of GDP and can create jobs. Affirmative: even if businesses receive more investment, if everyone is saving, who will buy their products? Negative: no one is buying because your products do not truly meet the needs of consumers. Encouraging people to buy things that do not meet their needs is futile, no matter how much you stimulate consumption or expand domestic demand. Affirmative: so what do you suggest we do? Negative: we need to develop new and better products, upgrade production capacity, and meet the demands of consumer upgrades. However, developing new products and upgrading production capacity requires a lot of investment support, so there must be a large amount of savings by residents. From this perspective, saving not only does not make the country poorer, but also promotes economic growth. Therefore, From a long-term perspective, it is still a virtue worth advocating. Affirmative. But from a long-term perspective, we will all be dead. So who is right? This is the magic of macroeconomics. To this day, economists are still debating this issue. Summary: understanding a few basic concepts. GDP. GDP is the total value of all products and services produced by a country during a certain period of time. Its calculation method usually includes consumption, government procurement, net exports, and investment. Multiplier effect. Your consumption is someone else's income. Their income will become new consumption or investment, and GDP will continue to grow. This is the multiplier effect.